Golden Age Gupta Empire. India, in the time of the Guptas, Gupta Empire sources of the history. After the decline of the Mauryan Empire, two large political entries, the Shrutanas and the Satavahanas, urged the North India and the Deccan respectively. Both the kingdoms declined around the middle of the 3rd century CE. Prior to that, in the middle of the 4th century CE, a new empire arose in the Ganga Valley which had to control over a large part of India. It was the Gupta Empire which had left a deep cultural impact not only on the subcontinent but also on the adjacent Asian countries as well. We get information about this dynasty from the inscriptions, coins, monuments, and literally evidences. The rock temples of the Ajanta bring temples of Diogar and Jhansi give us good insights of Guptas. The account of Chinese pilgrim Farhanes give us a wide description of the period. Abhinjana Shakuntalam and written by Kalidasa provided glimpse about the social economical conditions privilege in the period. Fact: Chandragupta the Great is known as through the coins issued by him. These were the 8 of different types and all made of pure gold. Several coins depict him playing in the Indian Nair or Veena. The Golden Age. The Guptas. The Guptas rose to the prominence in 320 CE by taking over the area which were under the control of Kushanas and the Satavahanas. They dominated the history of India for the next 2 centuries. India made remarkable progress under them in all the fields: social, political, art, architecture, science, literature, hence their age is regarded as the Golden Age. From 320 BC to 540 BCE, they ruled over India with Patliputra as their capital. Chandragupta I, 322 to 335 CE. He was the first important ruler of this dynasty. Initially, he had control only over Magad, but he extended his empire by matrimonial alliance and conquest. He married the literary princess Kumara Devi and gained in prestige. He further extended his empire by conquering the neighboring states like both till Bihar and Allahabad. He assumed the title of Maharaj Adhiraj, King of Kings. He was also his son Samudragupta, 335 to 375 CE. Samudragupta, 335 to 375 CE. Samudragupta followed a policy of the conquest and expansion and has rightly been called the Napoleon of India. In northern India, he defeated the Naga kings of the Mathura Valley and rulers of Kota. In central India, he subjugated the forest tribes. He also received tributes from the five frontier states: Assam, Tata, Bengal, Devaka, North Assam, Townrup, Assam, Nepal, and Kartarpur. In south, he defeated a number of powerful rulers and accepted tributes from them. His empire extended from the river Brahmaputra in the east to the river Yamuna and Tambul in the west, and from the Himalayas in the north to the Narmada in the south. Chandragupta II and Kumara gold coin. He revived his custom of Ashwamedha to assert his political supremacy. You shoot coins on the occasion. He is doomed the title of the Maharaj Adhiraja. The most authentic source of information about the Samudragupta's reign is the Allahabad pillar inscription, which was composed by the poet by Hari Sena, in which he speaks of Samudragupta conquest and military exploits. The inscription is in Sanskrit language. He was a follower of Hinduism, but was tolerant towards other religions as he permitted the king of Sri Lanka. Meghavarnam to construct a Buddhist temple at Gaya. From the coins of his period, we come to know that he was a great musician and an expert player of Veena. His court has a galaxy of learned men. He himself was an accomplished scholar and a poet of high order. This great empire builder was held in high esteem by his people. Chandragupta II, 375 to 414 CE. He was the son and a successor of Samudragupta. He, like his father, was a great conqueror and an evil ruler. He extended the Gupta Empire up to the Arabian Sea by defeating the Sakar king of Malwa, Gujarat, and Konkan coast. This brought the ports of Bod and Sapara under his control. It gained him the title of Sakari, destroyer of the Sakas. He further strengthened his position by entering into marriage alliance with the Nagas by marrying Princess Kabir Naga. He married her own daughter to the Vakataka king of the Deccan. Chandragupta II, also known as Vikramaditya, was the great patron of art and literature. The Navaratna included the famous poet Kalidasa are associated with his reign. Farhan also visited India during this period. He described Chandragupta as a wise, just, and benevolent ruler. After the death of Chandragupta II, his son Kumaragupta ascended the throne. His achievement lay in the fact that he kept the empire of his forefathers intact, and people were happy and prosperous in his region. Kumaragupta was succeeded by his son Skandagupta, who had to face the attack of the Hunas, the cruel and the barren types of Central Asia. They were defeated by Skandagupta, but after his death, the Hunos attacked again. The later Guptas were too weak to check the Hunas. The Hunas occupied Punjab and Kashmir. They destroyed the towns and killed the people. The invasions hastened the decline of glorious rule of the Guptas.